I never thought getting old was fun. I'm over 50. Over the hill, past your prime. Those were phrases I used to think about all the time. But all that changed on May 2nd of last year. Suddenly, the fog had been lifted, and within a few hours, my outlook had completely changed. You see, I had just been in the same room as another senior citizen who had made 100 times his money after he blew out the candles on his 50th birthday cake. You may have heard of him. His name is Warren Buffett, the billionaire investor. That's right, as Buffett blew out the candles on his 50th birthday cake, he had less than 1% of the money he has today. I know it sounds impossible, right? But it's a fact and you can look it up. Or just look at this chart. It tells the whole story. Imagine at an age when most Americans give up hope, Buffett was just getting started on the remaining 99% of the fortune he currently controls. Now, if you're over 50, this is fantastic news for you. It means it's never too late for you to get rich, especially because today you'll discover exactly how I believe Buffett turned his luck so you can turn yours too. Now, here's what few people know. Buffett invests in a dramatically different way today than he did at age 50. Discover how he did it, and you too could be one of the lucky few who strike it rich later in life. For example, lots of people will tell you Warren Buffett is a dyed-in-the-wool value investor. Those people are wrong. Not too long ago, Buffett revealed to a group of investors this common misconception is simply not true. This is what he said. He was a pure value investor early in his career, then a terrible value investment cost him billions. Now he confesses value is only the number 4 most important thing he looks for in a new investment. There are 3 things he believes are more important. Combine all 4 and picking new stocks is so fast and easy, it's as if you're breezing through the Monday morning box scores. Here's another Buffett misconception. You can test it out at the next dinner party you attend. Find a guy who looks like he owns some stocks. Ask him how long Buffett likes to hold his investments. He'll look at you with a smug expression on his face, and then he'll proudly declare, "Every investor knows Buffett's favorite holding period is forever." At this point, you can smile and walk away from this guy because he probably has no clue what he's talking about. That's because there's one critical caveat to Buffett holding a stock forever. It's another lesson Buffett discovered later in his career. He then revealed it to that same group of investors, and they needed his help. Many of them had just gotten clobbered on Wall Street. Ignore this surprising tip from Buffett, and you too might get wiped out the next time you buy a stock and hang on for a while. Anyway, now you can learn this strategy and many others just like it. And that's because, unknown to most people, Warren Buffett's sacred strategies for building wealth later in life have been shared from time to time with a group of special investors. Some people have paid big bucks to get their hands on Buffett's insights. One guy in Singapore plunked down $2.16 million. Another group of Chinese businessmen paid $2.34 million. Then there's me, also one of the lucky investors who heard many of these tips firsthand, straight from Buffett's mouth. The only difference is I didn't pay a dime. Hi, my name is Rex, and unlike those other guys, I'm not a high-powered businessman or a hedge fund guy with millions to toss around like candy on Halloween. I'm a regular guy who happened to be in the right place at the right time. You'll hear the story in a minute. Here's all you need to know right now. Today, I'm going to tell you about 11 lessons I learned from Warren Buffett for getting richer later in life. And these are simple, accessible lessons. They worked for me, and they could easily work for you too, even if you're getting a bit older, even if you're stuck wondering if the market's headed for the pits, even if you're behind on your savings goals. And let me tell you, the methods I learned from Buffett can work like crazy. Take Stuart Horish, for example. His rags to riches story was made possible because he followed in Buffett's footsteps. In fact, it's so noteworthy, it was recently covered by Forbes, Yahoo Finance, and Bloomberg. See, Stuart was a small business owner in Kansas. At age 43, he found himself in dire straits. The supply company he'd poured his heart and soul into was getting murdered. boxed out by bigger competitors. Unfortunately, the business was all Stewart knew. He started as a young man and had no other skills. A desperate situation for any middle-aged guy to be confronting. With his only income gone and zero job prospects, Stewart pulled what he could out of the business. Then his luck changed. See, Stewart had a close friend who was a fellow Buffettologist and knew that Buffett was rewriting the rules of successful investing in America based on the performance of his company, Berkshire Hathaway. Even better for Stewart, his timing could not have been better. Buffett was 50 years old at the time, just beginning to build the remaining 99% of the fortune we've been talking about today. Now, lucky for Stewart, his friend told him everything that he had learned researching Buffett's strategies and showed him exactly how to follow Buffett's pending rise to riches. So Stewart took his money and invested it according to his friend's advice. $10,600. At age 43, after working his whole life, that's all Stewart could cobble together for his first investment. And yet, that original $10,600 investment ballooned to more than $8 million. Imagine if this were you. Imagine the thrill of waking up each morning knowing that you don't have to go to work and you'll still be richer by the end of the day. Think about it. Isn't this the #1 concern keeping retirees up at night, running out of money? Perhaps you already have more than $10,600. If so, you could have a serious fortune on your hands, and all you have to do now is take a few simple steps to get it. You already took one, and that's watching this special report. It's actually the most important step because it means you think and act like Buffett. You won't let age stop you from taking what you deserve. You won't be denied. Nice job. And since that's you, here's great news. The lessons I have learned from Buffett's greatest wealth-building discoveries are now available to help regular Americans build wealth no matter their age. And lucky you, I bet fewer than 1% of Americans will ever know this coveted information exists, which means you're finally getting access to the powerful investing strategies Buffett and his fellow Berkshire Hathaway executives have used for years. And like I said, these strategies can help build riches like crazy. With them, you'll learn how to expertly select promising stocks poised to build riches for years, decades, even generations. Weather stock market storms with the nonchalance of a beach bum lazing in a hammock. Dramatically reduce your chances of committing catastrophic mistakes that could decimate your savings. Navigate the path ahead when political and economic forecasts rock the headlines and send markets into a tailspin. And slash taxes using the same closely held secrets America's wealthy use to keep their money away from the IRS. And that's just the beginning, because here's the best part. These lessons aren't for corporate bigwigs in an ivory tower or for the elite mega-rich. They aren't based in complex strategies only a math genius understands, and they weren't written in boring financial mumbo-jumbo. Nope, they were written in plain English, with easy, straightforward advice anyone can understand to help everyday folks invest better than ever before. I know because I'm an everyday guy and I oversaw the publication of this special release. As I mentioned, my name is Rex Moore. I'm a reporter for a financial publishing company in Alexandria, Virginia called The Motley Fool. For a bit of background, I've worked here for nearly 16 years and I'm married with a couple of kids. Our whole lives, my wife and I worked hard, bought a home, put the kids through college, built something together, something we're proud of. You know how it is. We did everything to give our kids the best. And I did everything to give my wife and myself the biggest lives possible. And it was worth every minute. The whole time I had big dreams, bold dreams, dreams about what's next, the trips we'll take, the hobbies we'll pursue, the things we'll splurge on. Now, the hard work is done and it's almost time to turn those dreams into reality. So recently my wife and I started to think about our retirement in a serious way. How much longer we'll work, how much money we'll need, what we'll spend, and of course, since you can never have too much, what we can do to keep growing our nest egg in the final stretch and beyond. Frankly, until recently, I didn't think it was possible to add much more at this stage of my life, especially with the stock market gyrating like it has the last several years. I'll be honest, I wondered if my window of opportunity had slammed shut, if those dreams would ever become reality. And then luck stepped in. See, as a reporter for one of the most respected and credible financial organizations in America, I sometimes get to cover exclusive events and special insider-only meetings. So, imagine the feeling I had when I got the assignment of covering the annual meeting of Warren Buffett's company, Berkshire Hathaway. Suddenly, I found myself in the same room as Warren Buffett as he gave me one incredible fortune-building tip after another. There he was, and all I could think was, how can a mega billionaire be so normal, so unassuming? I immediately understood why, unlike many of the super wealthy who jealously hoard their riches, Buffett is considered a man of kindness. He's likable, friendly, caring, yet honest and firm, just like I remember my grandfather. And then, after some pleasantries, he talked openly and freely, answering questions and giving his best advice on how to become a better investor without losing everything, what to do in the midst of the next stock market crash, how to safeguard wealth against an inflation and currency catastrophe, and all the other master strategies he used to get rich later in life. I was transfixed. I took notes until my hand cramped. I felt like I won the lottery. My outlook changed. My relationship with money changed. My investments changed. My stress levels plummeted. And fast forward to today, I know I'm one of the small percentage of people who genuinely understands how to build great wealth. You know those watershed moments in life, the ones that reach down straight into your being and leave an impact so big, so profound, you know nothing will be the same from that moment forward. Well, that's how this was. It took me days to wrap my head around what I'd just experienced, and yet once I finally made sense of it, something extraordinary happened. The reporter in me became hell-bent on helping others by sharing this information. See, at The Motley Fool, we have one mission, and it's been the same since the company was founded back in 1993, to help the world invest better, to help ordinary people take control of their finances and live richer lives, which is why the founders were asked to speak on Capitol Hill to fight on behalf of individual investors like you. The Economist declared The Motley Fool an ethical oasis within the financial industry. Arthur Levitt, the former chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, personally came by the Motley Fool offices to express his gratitude to the company for being as close to an effective investor advocate as any organization in America. Anyway, I knew this was my responsibility, the company's responsibility. Nothing Buffett said that day was locked down or protected by a non-disclosure agreement. So I asked Tom and David, the company founders, what we could do, what we needed to do. Truth is, these two have an investing track record that rivals Buffett's. They've made investors millions by showing them how to invest in some of the same ways Buffett does, with one special twist, which you'll discover in a minute. They agreed it's our duty to share this information. So, they gave me permission to take what I learned and work with a handful of our smartest investors and Buffettologists to create this definitive guide to building wealth later in life. And today, at long last, it's available for release. It's called Wealth for a Lifetime, 11 Lessons We Learned from Warren Buffett. If you need to catch up, this is the answer. Inside, you'll discover the investing strategies Buffett used to earn 99% of his current fortune after the age of 50. Easily organized into 11 master lessons for building wealth at any age. Wealth for a Lifetime, 11 Lessons We Learned from Warren Buffett is a breeze to read, a joy even. Yet don't let that fool you, because A to Z, this is the complete guide to helping you build wealth later in life, just like Buffett. For example, when you first crack into the book, you'll discover lessons number 1 through 3, which will tell you exactly how Warren Buffett rakes in profits even when the rest of the stock market is being chopped off at the knees. Think about it. Black Monday, the dot-com crash, the financial crisis, Buffett survived and thrived through them all. It's a safe bet he'll come out on top of what's next, too. In the first section of the book, you'll find out exactly how he does it and what you should do when all the Chicken Littles start sweating. Here are some of the lessons you'll discover. How to use one of the last remaining weapons individuals like us have against the crooks on Wall Street. It's no secret the odds are stacked against the little guy right now. This trick is so powerful, big banks have spent billions trying to keep it under wraps. But the clock is ticking, so you'll want to get started using it right away. That's on page 17. You'll also discover why people who shop at Costco are more likely to be great investors. And no, this strategy has nothing to do with being frugal. That's on page 18. Then you'll learn what the best baseball slugger of all time taught Buffett about life, Buffett's odd interpretation of this weird advice, and the simple way you can instantly apply it for increased happiness, less stress, fewer investing blunders, and more money. That one's on page 23. Next, you'll get the answer to this question. Do you have what it takes mentally to beat the market? Some people do, some don't. On page 28, you'll get the exact strategy Buffett suggests if you're not a natural investor and need an alternative way to get rich. Then on page 24, you'll get the truth about intelligence and your potential as a millionaire. You'll also hear about the odd lesson Buffett learned about money while courting a girlfriend, and why the way you picked your spouse could be a landmine set to destroy your net worth. That's on page 33. Finally, you'll discover the Charlie Munger secret Buffett has used for decades to keep on getting richer, smarter, and better. If you think Buffett's got brains, you need to hear this one, because Buffett is on record saying his right-hand man, Charlie Munger, has the fastest mind on earth. Inside, one of Charlie's most powerful success tips is finally revealed, and this one is potent enough to skyrocket your wealth. But also, your income at work, your results in the gym, your success as a parent, even the quality of your marriage. That's on page 38. The best part about the tips in this section is they're instant. Read them, absorb them, and then sit back as they guide your journey for the rest of your life. Imagine, read this section in an afternoon and you'll forever have these powerful strategies to help guide you down your path to financial freedom. Stop there, and I bet you're going to be richer, smarter, probably even happier as a result. But why stop when there's a truckload of specific, actionable investing guidance you can use immediately in the next section of Wealth for a Lifetime? And that's because with lessons number 4 through 7, you'll finally discover all the little details of how Buffett invests, what he looks for in every investment, how he evaluates risk, and most important, what you can do to invest just like him. In this section, you'll learn how to become the investor you always knew you were meant to be. A calm, cool-headed, systematic wealth builder. Read this section, allow yourself to finally become a true master of wealth creation, and you can smile at volatility, yawn as the market dips, laugh as the traders, gamblers, and speculators sprint through their daily fire drills, and celebrate like a child knowing your new approach is the link you've been looking for. Here's a sample of the sizzling strategies you'll discover. Buffett's surprisingly simple tip for finding easy stock profits practically hiding in plain sight. That's on page 76, but I have to warn you, be careful, this one could make your accountant feel dumb. Decision 2016 is right around the corner. What will you do? On page 79, Buffett explains how he plays political elections, macroeconomic forecasts, bulls versus bears, and more. And then on page 39, you'll get 3 steps to beating the market consistently without stress or worry. And this one's crazy simple. Talk about embarrassing the guys on Wall Street. You'll also discover the one group of investors Buffett urges to worry when the market tumbles. If you're not in this group, Buffett says you can sit back and ignore the news as stocks slide. But if you are, you better watch your portfolio's daily movements like a mother bear protecting her cubs. To find out which group you're in before your nest egg gets slaughtered, check out page 83. Earnings, PE ratio, growth rate, good management. With so much conflicting information, how can you possibly know what to look for in a new investment? Well, it's time to stop the madness. See page 86 for the simple four-step process Buffett uses to evaluate every investment with the precision of a watchmaker. Finally, you'll learn how breaking a universally accepted investing rule could skyrocket your returns. Finance professors, Wall Street tycoons, even your next-door neighbor, they all tout this rule as fact. Buffett disagrees, says you're crippling yourself by listening to them. Now you can put them to shame with the strange, counterintuitive advice Buffett used to construct a portfolio worth billions, and that's on page 90. Unbelievable! Here's something else about this section. It will help you look at what you already own and determine the winners and the dogs. Combined with the strategies you already put to use from section 1, when you finish this section, you'll be in possession of a powerful 1-2 punch of precise, time-honored, systematic investing knowledge. Now, this puts you in rare company. Not many people will ever get this far, but you'll do it in just 2 easy steps, which is why you'll want to dive right into the final lessons I picked up from Buffett for retiring rich. See, the last section of Wealth for a Lifetime is where the rubber meets the road. Knowing exactly what you should buy and when. How to build a Buffett-style portfolio for yourself. And how to do so with confidence and poise in markets that are going up, down, or sideways. In lessons number 8 through 11, you'll take all the tips you've learned and discover the exact investments you should snap up if you want to follow in Buffett's footsteps and get rich later in life, even if you're behind right now. For example, on page 91, you'll discover why Warren Buffett is cautious about his technology investments. Now, it has nothing to do with the common misconception that he despises growth investing. That's a dangerous myth. If it were true, he wouldn't hold billions of dollars of IBM. Fall for it and you risk missing out on the next Apple or Amazon. Buffett explains the right way to invest in tech. You'll also learn about the common investment Buffett adamantly warns is one of the most dangerous assets on earth. You probably already own it, at least 4.5 million Americans do. What it's not? Mortgage-backed securities, credit derivatives, or any of the financial weapons responsible for flattening the economy in 2008. It's far more common and insidious, like a cockroach. Turn to page 137 to dump it before it infests your finances. Then go to page 90 to discover the 4 bread and butter industries Buffett loves to invest in. You'll also learn why Buffett doesn't invest in gold and a smarter alternative. This one's so simple I'm embarrassed I never realized it before, but I'm not too embarrassed to share it with you. If you need inflation protection, please do not buy gold until you read page 138. Also, are you confused about how much cash to hold? First, they tell you it's worthless, killing your chances of getting rich. Next thing you know, the sky is falling and you better get into cash ASAP. Now, what did Buffett say he's doing? The answer is on page 141. Next, have you ever wondered if you should pocket your dividends or reinvest the cash back into the stock? Here's what you should know. It's never black and white. On page 144, you'll get the best times to do each according to the Oracle. You'll also discover how to use Buffett's closely held 3-part franchise strategy to stomp the market by investing in the terrible industries no one else is willing to touch. That one's on page 150. Finally, does the thought of inflation laying waste to your nest egg keep you up at night? We reveal a 2-part Buffett strategy to protect your wealth against brutal inflation on page 156. In this section, you'll also get Buffett's best advice on bonds, commodities, real estate, precious metals, even why he thinks you may want to own a farm. Plus, the $15 billion investment Buffett recently confessed he's ready to double down on, why he's investing in, of all things, railroads, his forecast for the economy, his advice for American investors in the coming years as a result, and much more. Now, here's the kicker. You cannot purchase this valuable resource outright anywhere at any price. It's simply not for retail sale. You see, there's only one way to get your copy of Wealth for a Lifetime, 11 Lessons We Learned from Warren Buffett, and that's by becoming a member of Motley Fool Stock Advisor. This is because as we put the finishing touches on this special resource, something occurred to us. You'll get the most out of what you discover inside Wealth for a Lifetime, 11 Lessons We Learned from Buffett, if you also get ongoing expert recommendations and the support of a community of smart investors who have the same goals as you. So what we've come up with is a special offer that will provide you the glue to bind everything you've discovered today together. Because at the end of the day, even Buffett must do one thing if he wants to make any money at all: buy some shares. Buffett, me, you, we all have to find stocks we believe in and then pull the trigger. We're equals in that regard. The soundest principles, the most knowledge, the coolest temperament, they amount to zilch if you don't go out and find a stock you like, and if you can't then bring yourself to buy it. Look, if you're like me, you already know this. Finding good stocks is hard. It takes time, energy, and effort. Placing an order is tough too. You need faith in the research you've done. Is it possible? Of course. Is it likely? The result most Americans get says not really. But this isn't about everyone else. It's about you. So maybe the better question is, have you done it successfully in the past? If not, why would the future be different if you don't do something different? This is what you've waited for. A golden opportunity to do something new and different. The easy way to change your future. Because the offer I have for you today is to try one of the top-ranked investing newsletters called Motley Fool Stock Advisor at a special discount with no obligation on your part whatsoever. See, Stock Advisor is an investing group filled with smart investors who have beaten the market with startling consistency. This is a fast, easy way to stack your portfolio with stocks vetted and picked using some of the same principles Buffett used to build his own fortune. That's right. With Stock Advisor, you get access to a team of world-class experts who share many of Buffett's unique investing philosophies. Each one of them is working hard to help you get rich. For example, the Stock Advisor team has an unrelenting and borderline fanatical obsession with finding investments, including some they've uncovered by using lessons learned from Buffett himself, such as always buy stocks in industries and companies where you have an expert understanding. This gives you an advantage over other investors. View investing as acquiring ownership in sound businesses that will create value for years to come. When you invest like Buffett, you're not buying stocks you hope will go up soon. You're becoming an owner in a great business. Invest for 3 years or more. This is how you accumulate great profits and benefit from the miracle of compounding returns. It's also the strategy of the happy few investors who turn a blind eye to the market's daily movements. Search high and low for companies led by carefully selected management teams with proven track records. This one is key to positioning yourself to profit in all economic, political, and competitive environments. Focus on businesses with strong brands and durable competitive advantages that can be exploited for years. Buffett calls them economic castles protected by unbridgeable moats. We call them top dogs and first movers. The result is the same, the kinds of businesses that we have seen make people rich time after time. Today, these world-class analysts are joining your team, putting in the time, energy, and effort of vetting great stocks for you, and then backing you with the confidence of their proven track record every time you hit buy. The results speak for themselves. This team has outperformed the market by $3 to $1 since 2002. Now that's a track record that rivals Buffett himself. Here's more about this special investing club. It was founded in 2002 by two brothers named Tom and David Gardner, and they remain the lead advisors today. They're the same two guys I mentioned earlier, my bosses, founders of The Motley Fool. They got their start in the 1990s with a 20,640% return on investment in AOL and have been on a tear ever since. And that's why industry watchdog Mark Hulbert ranked the Stock Advisor newsletter in the top 3 of his rankings of more than 200 investing newsletters for a 5-year performance from 2008 to 2013. And they're the ones who showed the world how to clobber the market by following many of the same strategies learned from Buffett. That means they invest in great companies, not bubbles or hype or anything else the TV bobbleheads are spouting off about. Just like Buffett, fast, straightforward, and to your advisor's dismay, easy. That means you can now tell anybody on Wall Street who's trying to sneak a hand into your wallet to shove it for good. They probably won't be happy about it, but they've trampled on folks like us for years. Listen, there's one more thing about Stock Advisor. It's the best part. It's how you can apply tried and true strategies learned from Buffett's investing in the stock market's biggest firecracker stocks, high-flying growth companies. You know, the storybook investments everybody's always going on about, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, the ones that soar like birds and never stop climbing. I already mentioned it. A crippling myth about Buffett is he doesn't invest in technology companies. If that were true, why would he own more than $11.2 billion of technology stocks? It's not true, which is why Buffett is on record saying this. If he were an individual managing a smaller portfolio, he would snatch up shares of smaller, high-growth companies. In fact, Buffett publicly declared that he could make even more money if he started investing like this. But see, when you need to put hundreds of millions of dollars and even billions in a single stock like Buffett, you simply can't invest in growth companies. They're not big enough for your money. And that's why these gems have been off limits to Buffett for decades. Yet, he recently said if he could invest in these companies, he'd make more money than he already does. Sadly, Buffett can't invest in them, but you can. And you can do it by investing in the same companies as one of the top growth investors in the world. I'm talking about David Gardner. Like I said, he's one of the brothers who founded The Motley Fool. Look, I'm not an expert investor, just a guy who admires successful people like Warren Buffett and David, who tries to learn from them and uses what they teach me to make my life better. Frankly, I thought the same thing about tech investing. Buffett rarely invests like this. Why should I? I flat out asked David about it. He told me there's no difference. All the lessons I just mentioned apply to technology as well. There's nothing different about it. It's making an investment like any other. He said there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. The wrong way is to gamble on hype and hoopla. The right way is knowing the industry, studying it inside and out, and then making smart investments in promising businesses, similar to what I learned from Buffett. And guess what? More than probably anyone on earth, David knows high-growth technology investing. After all, he's a self-proclaimed technology geek. He loves his iPhone, he plays video games, he's spent more than 2 decades learning everything there is about the industry. Heck, he founded one of the earliest companies to be built on the internet. And let me tell you, boy, is he good. Stock Advisor members have been making big money off his recommendations since day one. And I'm talking about legendary picks like Priceline in 2004, Walt Disney in 2002, Hasbro in 2003, Activision Blizzard in 2003, Apple in 2008, Amazon in 2002, and Netflix in 2004. And these more recent picks that are still pouring profits into the pockets of lucky members inside Stock Advisor. Gilead Sciences in September of 2010, Cognex in January 2011, TransDigm Group in July 2012, Hain Celestial in April 2012, Vail Resorts in May 2013, and Boston Beer in May 2010. Now, this is wild. Since he opened the doors to this special club, David has given Stock Advisor members 87 recommendations that more than doubled in value. 130 picks that have outperformed the S&P 500 during one of the hottest bull markets in history. And his average recommendation has made more than 300%. Imagine what just a small handful of these stocks means for you. Crazy, I know, but it's true. Here's what two of our members have to say about the Motley Fool.
In the last 2 years I've been involved with Motley Fool, I've seen more gain and more appreciation value in these past 2 years than the entire previous time that I invested in the market.
The fact that I can do this is in no special skill set. Anybody can take advantage of the opportunity to learn. It's not out of your own realm of experience. You don't have to pay anybody to manage your money. That was a big thing. Empowerment and financial independence, sleeping well at night because I'm in control.
Just goes to show you, when you follow the rules, the sky's the limit. Warren Buffett's proved it, David Gardner has proved it, Stock Advisor members all over America have proved it. And now you too are going to prove it with Stock Advisor. Join us today. In addition to the stock picks you'll immediately find inside, your membership also includes these ways to continually invest. 2 brand new high potential stock recommendations delivered straight to you each month, direct from Tom and David Gardner. A full, no BS scoreboard for every pick ever made in Stock Advisor. Like Buffett, we believe in full transparency. David calls it Moneyball for the financial world. You won't find it anywhere else. All that plus this great news. You're completely covered today thanks to our famous Keep Everything with No Obligation double guarantee. We have complete confidence this rare offer will meet your wildest expectations. And that's why your complete satisfaction in your Buffett Guide to Building Wealth later in life, all the free bonuses you receive, and every single recommendation you find inside Stock Advisor, all of it is 100% guaranteed. And you have 30 days to make your decision. So go ahead and take a good look at everything you get today. And then if you're not completely satisfied for any reason, just tell us anytime in the next 30 days and you'll get every penny of your membership back. No questions asked. Yet, as a thank you, your copy of Wealth for a Lifetime, 11 Lessons We Learned from Warren Buffett, all the exclusive bonus reports you receive today, and all the investing guidance you find inside Stock Advisor, they're yours to keep with my compliments. And just so I'm clear, if you decide you'd like to opt out at any time after your first 30 days, you're entitled to a refund of the full dollar value remaining in your membership account. In other words, you're completely protected. But it gets better, because in addition to Wealth for a Lifetime, 11 Lessons We Learned from Warren Buffett, and your complete access to Stock Advisor, you'll also receive 3 more valuable bonuses on the house. The first is called 3 Hot Stocks to Buy in 2016. Inside you'll discover 3 stocks we believe are like sticks of dynamite with lit fuses. See, Motley Fool Chief Investment Officer Andy Cross just released this short list of 3 stocks. He's convinced these 3 companies are poised to blast off in 2016 and beyond. Andy's not the only one. Co-founders Tom and David Gardner have also urged investors to scoop up shares of these stocks. 2016 could be your best investing year ever. Don't risk waiting 1 minute too long to grab this time-sensitive report. Your second report today is called How to Know When to Sell. One of the most difficult problems a long-term investor faces is when to sell a stock. Panic and you rob yourself of future riches. Wait too long and you miss the opportunity to invest in something new and better, or to simply cash a winner and enjoy your money. Inside this critical report, you'll discover 7 red flags you can use to sell with confidence. And no, if you're wondering, the stock's current price is not one of them. The final report you received today is called 3 Must-See Stocks for the New Golden Age of TV. You've already seen it begin. Netflix originals, HBO Go, Hulu. Cable TV is dying. Everybody knows it, and yet what few people have been able to figure out is how to invest in this exciting time. Inside your third bonus report, you'll find the Motley Fool's top 3 picks for the new age of digital TV. And they're not the companies you think. Yes, Apple, Amazon, Google, and Netflix are staking their claims, but the winners are these 3 companies who stand to profit no matter which power player lands on top. Find out who they are inside this report. This special bundle is valued at $87. Today, it's yours free. Throw in your copy of Wealth for a Lifetime, 11 Lessons We Learned from Warren Buffett, which is valued at $99, and that's $186 worth of free investing guidance for you today. Yet the truth is, what you gain today is worth quite a bit more than that. It's your future, and it could be priceless. Remember, those Chinese businessmen paid $2.34 million to sit down and talk with Buffett about investing. I learned these lessons from studying him as well. And now a copy can be yours when you join Stock Advisor. You're also getting complete, unrestricted access to Stock Advisor and more than 200 world-class recommendations from Tom and David Gardner. Listen, Stock Advisor usually sells for $199 for a year's membership, a price many members have gladly paid. Yet today, we want to give you every reason to get started right away. If you're over 50, we want to make it easy for you to take a look at your life and, just like Buffett, say, "Too late? Not me, I'm just getting started." Which is why, as part of this special retirement offer, you can sample all of this risk-free for the next 30 days and then lock in the absolute lowest price I can offer you today. Today, you get the chance to change it all, to make your golden years even more golden. Don't throw in the towel. Buffett proved it to us. If you're over 50, your best years as an investor are now. Please don't wait. Every day you aren't doing everything in your power to rev up your retirement is a day forever lost. And we all know, thanks to the power of compounding, a dollar lost today means many more dollars lost tomorrow. Don't let that happen to you, especially when the reverse is true. A dollar gained today could be worth many more tomorrow. Imagine all that awaits you. We're ready for your order now. It's easy. Just push the button below and you'll be taken to our secure order page. Once you complete the quick and safe order form, you'll be granted instant access to our private members area. There you can immediately tear into your copy of Wealth for a Lifetime, 11 Lessons We Learned from Warren Buffett, as well as your complete access to Stock Advisor and a truckload of free and valuable investing resources to help you supercharge your savings. It's time to take your retirement from so-so to super, to make sure all the comforts, luxuries, and peace of mind you dreamed about having in your golden years become a reality. You've worked hard your whole life. You owe it to yourself to finish strong. Start today. All you have to do is push the button below right now. Buffett never gave up, never believed it was too late, never said, "Well, I guess this is all I'm supposed to get out of life," and you shouldn't either, especially when every penny of your membership fee today is completely covered by our 100% money-back guarantee. There's no obligation. That's how much we believe it's never too late to start building a legacy with Stock Advisor. Join us now and let's get started building yours. Take advantage of this limited offer now. You may never get this chance again. Push the button below. I look forward to seeing you on the inside as one of the special members of Stock Advisor.